We're not, we're not going after the local businesses in those markets. You know, to understand where institutional assets are held, it's really the majority by far is held in the United States, Japan, Western Europe. So, you know, that's where, and Australia, which is growing very rapidly. So that's where our operations are. That's where we're on the ground going after the local asset managers. It's going to be a number of years before Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines are going to have their own internal buy-side institutional market or institutional assets that are large enough to have us have an operation on the ground, deal with all the regulators, and go after their internal asset managers. The great thing about what Liquidnet does in each one of these countries is if we can make trading in these markets more efficient for our asset managers. Remember, you know, an investment manager, they have to know that they can get into a position and out of a position somewhat efficiently. Otherwise, it's really not worth their time to go and research and invest. So just opening up these markets and creating an institutional market in these markets opens the flow of institutional capital from outside the country into the country, which is ultimately really, really good for the economy. Every country is out there trying to attract foreign capital into their countries. And you know, what we do for every market is, you know, you could trade 10 times the average daily volume in the midpoint without moving the market. You know, as you know, the normal modus operandi is to try to get 10 or 20% of the average daily volume in those markets. The difference between that and trading 10 days average daily volume in the market is 50 to 100 trading days, right? That's massively different. If our institutions have the confidence, regain the confidence that they can actually trade in these markets in Southeast Asia, they're going to start spending more time doing their homework. And you know something? There's so much less competition for the assets in these markets, and we know that the growth in these markets is going to be so much faster over the next 15, 20 years than in the West. This is where the opportunities are. And if you're really going to earn your fees, you really have to go into these markets that, you know, are not in the indices that they're competing with, you know, that their, you know, peers are not investing in or looking at. This is where they can differentiate.